Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
Unpopular K-pop opinions because Blackpink's new era is chaotic.
Chaotic.
Mars Fat Juicy and Wet MV
Ooh.
was definitely unexpected. 1. Rosie appearing in Sexy Red and Bruno Mars Fat Juicy and Wet
Ah,
MV was definitely
I
unexpected.
was
What in the unholy
waiting
circus did
for
we just stumble
this. I want to know what the people feel, how they receive that. I feel like whatever Rose does, I feel like people are on board and support. The only time we see a little bit of drag was with
Skims.
Skims. So let's see how they feel about this.
upon? Bruno
But that was
Mars,
because
the same guy
the
who gave us
person.
APT and Die with a Smile, is now out here dropping strip club bangers with Sexy Red? And then out of nowhere Rosie pops up in the video twerking next to Bruno and Lady Gaga? I know the Blackpink girls are rebranding, but no one had this on their 2025 bingo card. If this is Rosie's so-called baddie
Neither
era,
did
then
I.
someone needs to explain how we went from a breakup album to this. And Bruno, sweetheart, what's going
That
on?
makes
The king of
sense.
clean-cut pop is now
No.
singing about
I think that's in perfect order. I think you have your breakup from the toxic, then you get
Now
into
they're
your baddie
wilding out,
energy.
yeah,
No, not wild and out, but turning into like focusing on yourself and turning into yourself into a baddie.
right.
good kitty kitty and making it his pet? Excuse me? Sir, blink twice if you need help. As for the song itself, Fat, Juicy and Wet is exactly what it sounds like, explicit to the point of absurdity, basically the musical equivalent of a late-night text you regret sending. Sexy Red is in her element, throwing out bars that could probably get you banned from a family reunion, while Bruno flounders in the background like he signed up for this collab on a dare. The whole thing is a chaotic, messy train wreck that somehow keeps you glued to the screen, only because you can't believe it's actually happening. Is it catchy? Kinda. Is it good? Absolutely not. We all make choices, but this collab was a choice. 2.
It's fire. Not just good. It's fire.
This collab was a choice.
Fire. It's gonna be #1 on Billboard. It's gonna
Mm.
beat Die with a Smile.
The idol to model pipeline is overflowing with mediocrity. Their face cards always saves the shoot. Just because someone can stand still and not blink for 10 seconds doesn't mean they belong in a campaign or on a runway. The bar is underground. Yet half these models still manage to trip over it. Companies act like slapping a designer jacket on an idol and booking them for a glossy magazine shoot instantly turns them into a model. Spoiler alert. It doesn't, if that's the standard, then. Mannequins at Zara are practically supermodels. Idols have a fanbase and some good angles. But when it comes to delivering actual modeling, creating a story, commanding presence, and selling a vision, they're flopping harder than their vocal lines at a live encore.
You
Being a
think
model isn't
so?
just
Oh no, she's being overly harsh on
That's
this
very
fucking model. And now
critical.
it's like all the Instagram models, anybody can be a model. I don't When we talking models nowadays, we're not talking walking on the runway anymore. It
Yeah,
used to be, yeah, for that I'm sure you need skill. Yeah, it's not.
some practice to get
Yeah,
in lane.
yeah, but Instagram modeling, just put a little clothing, make a post, and promote it and get paid. Anybody can
Yeah.
do that, and there's nothing wrong with that either.
And I feel like the K idols, they're like primarily picked for visuals.
Right.
So I think that's a perfect alignment to be a second source of income, if not third, fourth, fifth, you know?
Yeah, I have no issues with that whatsoever. I think she's tripping.
about having perfect proportions or a symmetrical face. It's about exuding something extra. It's about being able to evoke emotions or make a concept come alive. A model's worst nightmare isn't being ugly, it's
Not really. Yeah, for those like iconic models, yes, she's right. But there's so many models that don't really do modeling is not just you know what iconic model and Nicole was it? No, not Nicole. Naomi Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. That type of modeling icon, that's different, right? She's right about she's talking like about models like that. Cool, but just for like an Instagram model, well, doesn't take any skill. Like
Mm.
no.
'Cause especially nowadays, anyone can pull up a camera.
Yeah, and most of the idols are not like being models. Models, they're just Instagram
Yeah,
models.
they're like selected. Like it's a
Yeah,
handful selected.
yeah. Like the only few that like walk on the runway, like Felix, like Hyunjin.
And when you see the behind the scenes, they put in a lot of effort. They don't just go
Yeah,
and
they
show up.
do.
They put in
They
a
do.
lot of effort to perform.
Hmm.
being boring. Some of these idols are out here looking like cardboard cutouts of themselves, giving us the same dead-eyed stare that screams, "Can we wrap this up?" I have a fan sign to get to. They don't own the moment. They're borrowing it and badly at that. And don't even get me started on the safe zone syndrome. A real model is a shapeshifter. They can slay an editorial that's all about edgy grunge one day and then switch to ethereal couture the next. Meanwhile, most idols are stuck in the same recycled looks. Soft pastels, vacant smiles and awkward hand placements. No risk, no range, no personality.
Also, it's important to understand that the brands are not hiring them for their modeling abilities. They're hiring them because they have a huge fan base. They don't want to get cash in on the fan base. That's what it's for.
Mm.
They're not gonna get these models and then put them on a fashion magazines. No, they just want to get paid based on the audience that they have. It's that simple.
Mm.
They're out here giving us dime store catalog vibes when they're supposed to be selling luxury, and we're supposed to applaud this. And let's not ignore how some of them clearly hate every second of it. You can see the discomfort radiating from their stiff poses and forced expressions. A true model commands the camera, makes it bend to their will, but these idols, they look like they're auditioning for a horror film, and the ghost standing right behind the photographer. Honey, if you're terrified of the lens, why even bother? Then there's the refusal to experiment. Real models aren't afraid to get weird. They're not scared to look unconventional or even downright bizarre if it serves the vision. But idols? They're too busy clutching their pretty status like it's the only thing keeping their careers afloat. Heaven forbid they pull an awkward pose or mess up their idol image. There are some standouts like J-Hope, EXO's Kai, Lisa, and NCT's Taeyoung. But let's stop pretending that every idol with a decent jawline and a good stylist is the second coming of Naomi Campbell. 3. Veneers have become the latest weapons to drag idols. Fans are obsessed with perfection. Just look at how they're bullying
Oh,
JYP's rookie group Kickflip for their looks. But the moment an idol dares to chase that
that's tough. But it's not unique to this industry. I think overall,
Everywhere.
everyone is picking it apart. Like, what can we do to improve
Hmm.
to sell more products? And it sucks because we get a little bit detached from what is reality.
perfection.
But the word is idol. It's not supposed to be reality. It's supposed to
Mm,
be godlike.
that's true.
The word is not a celebrity. It's an idol. Different.
Those same fans turn into armchair dentists and plastic surgeons,
Which I'm not saying is okay. I'm just saying that's how it is.
ready to dissect every little detail. The latest one being veneers. For those who don't know, veneers are thin shells, usually porcelain or composite, that are glued to the front of teeth to make them look whiter, straighter, and more perfect, and giving the importance of visuals for trainees to debut. Veneers have become a rite of passage for many idols, but
Really? I thought veneers like they replace our teeth overall and not just glue on it.
Mm.
I didn't know. Okay.
fans have turned veneers into a drag. Yes, you heard that right. The same fans who demand flawless visuals will clown an idol for getting veneers, calling them horse teeth or too bulky. The irony is that veneers are often a response to the insane beauty standards these fans perpetuate. Idols get veneers because they're under pressure to look perfect 24/7, but then fans use those same veneers to tear them down. And let's not forget the long-term effects. Veneers can damage natural teeth, cause sensitivity, and require maintenance or replacement over
And
time.
they can
So these young
cause
idols
nerve damage too, as well. There's some people who are struggling with pain after getting veneers.
Ooh.
are literally destroying their teeth to meet impossible standards, only to get roasted for it. It's a lose-lose situation. Same with plastic surgery. We love to play detective, scrutinizing old photos and videos to expose which idols have had work done. But so what if an idol got plastic surgery? In an industry where looks are currency, going under the knife is often a career move, not a moral failing, yet fans act like it's some huge scandal. What's even more twisted is how fans use plastic surgery to pit idols against each other. They'll compare before and after photos, rank who's had the best or
It's not fans, it's haters. They're hating on the person. That's what they're doing. That
Mm.
fans don't do that.
worst procedures and even use it as ammunition in fan wars. The hypocrisy
Haters or maybe ag gays, they're
Oh,
fan of like a lesser popular person, so they hate
yeah.
on the lead because their idol is not as popular.
is twerking backwards. We demand perfection but crucify idols for taking steps to achieve it. We want natural beauty but we'll tear apart anyone who doesn't fit our idea of what that looks like. And let's be real, a lot of this dragging comes from a place of jealousy and insecurity. We project our own issues onto idols, using veneers and plastic surgery as a way to feel superior. It's like, I may not be perfect, but at least I don't have fake teeth or a nose job. Idols can't win. If they stay natural, they're ugly. If they get work done, they're fake. 4. BabyMonster's first concert in Seoul for their tour was revolutionary. I went in with high expectations, but also a bit of skepticism. I mean, rookies doing a world tour less than a year after debut? That's either bold or borderline delusional, but these girls carried themselves like they've been headlining concerts for
Hmm.
years. The confidence? Off the charts. From the moment they opened with Drip, the energy was electric. No awkward pauses, no dead moments, just pure charisma. Ruka and Asa in particular had this magnetic aura that made it impossible
It's
to look
good
away.
that
And don't
everyone is complimented by the color silver, because silver is not for everyone. You either silver girly or gold girly.
Don't even get me started on a Hyen. Girl was born to be a star. Her solo stage with Dangerously, flawless. Not a fan of the exaggerated high notes, but what stood out is her going 100% with a hand mic no less. Seriously, these girls can sing. Rora's cover of Someone You Loved was hauntingly beautiful. Her voice has this emotional depth that you don't expect from someone so young. And Rami? Her tone is so crisp and clear. It's like listening to a studio recording, but live. The harmonies during Batter Up and Sheesh were tight. No one was overshadowing anyone. And the ad-libs? Chef's kiss. They didn't rely on backing tracks or excessive autotune. which is rare for rookies. The dancing was sharp and synchronized. The precision in their movements, especially during click clack and like that, was insane. Parita and Chiquita stood out with their sharp execution and fluid transitions. There were no visible missteps.
Tommy is just
Yeah, we
tall.
reacted to a couple performances. Maybe we'll do a
Yeah.
couple more. They were pretty good, yeah.
No one lagging behind, just pure synchronization, and the energy. They didn't let up for a second, even during the slower ballads. Their movements were deliberate and impactful. It's clear they've been grinding in the practice room and it paid off. Everyone keeps comparing them to Blackpink, but dare I say it, this was miles better than any Born Pink concert, and I've seen Blackpink live 4 times. 5. Let's talk about our
Ooh.
unhealthy worship of K-netz opinions. It's giving brainwashed cult behavior at its finest, pretending these people speak for the whole
I'm
country.
not
How did y'all
familiar.
decide that some bitter keyboard warriors on Korean forums are the gospel truth? Who crowned them the ultimate judges of taste and morality? They're literally
K-netz.
just
Korean netizens.
sitting there in their
Oh,
pajamas, typing out
Nets.
hot
Oh.
garbage with zero qualifications, yet international fans treat their every word like it's written in the Bible. Pathetic. K-netz have the emotional range of a toddler throwing a tantrum. 1 second they're calling an idol the nation.
Uh, I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like everybody has an opinion. They're entitled to it.
Yes.
Neither doesn't make it right just because it's an
Mhm.
opinion, you know. But we live in a free world. You
Yeah.
are entitled to have your opinion.
Treasure, and the next they're demanding they retire because they sneezed too loud. It's all bandwagon outrage and we eat it up like it's Michelin star criticism. Half of these netizens are probably the same bitter losers who couldn't get into their dream schools and now have nothing better to do than rip into people who are prettier, richer, and more successful than them. I'm looking at you, Sojang. The glorification is embarrassing.
Oh.
You'll see these fans go, well,
Some
K-netz
people
said.
go a little bit too extra. When she said that part, now I got the visual of who's that
Well,
type of person,
yeah,
and
but
it's
that's
like,
because you
oof.
know they're jealous. So,
Mm,
but once again, that is their opinion. They are entitled to it. You might not like it.
yeah.
It might be offensive, all
Just
that, but they're still entitled
let's
to
not
it.
feed the troll, you know? I think
Yeah,
that's what
the
people
best the
get
best
caught
is
up
to just
in.
ignore it. Yeah.
Yeah.
As if that's some kind of intellectual mic drop. Sis, K-netz also said legendary idols should retire over dating rumors. So maybe let's not treat them like credible sources. Half the time they're just projecting their own miserable lives onto idols, nitpicking every outfit, every hairstyle, every facial expression like it's their unpaid job. And yet international fans will bend over backwards to align their opinions with these glorified internet trolls. As if parroting K-netz somehow makes them more authentic. Newsflash, it doesn't. And let's address the elephant in the room. The blatant xenophobia that often underpins K-netz commentary. They'll bash foreign idols for their accents, their lack of Korean culture, or whatever else they can scrape up from the bottom of the barrel. But international fans still eat it up because they're so desperate to feel validated by these toxic gatekeepers. You're really out here co-signing racist and elitist opinions just to feel like you're part of the in-crowd? Yikes, the lack of self-respect is astronomical. At the end of the day, K-netz are just loud, that's it. Loud doesn't mean right. Loud doesn't mean credible. We need to stop acting like K-netz opinions are some kind of holy decree and start forming our own thoughts. Because let's face it, K-netz don't even know what they want half the time. One day they'll drag an idol for being too sexy. And the next they're calling them boring for
That
not having
is
star
true.
power. It's exhausting, contradictory, nonsense, and the fact that some fans lap it up is just plain embarrassing. 6. Let's review Minnie's.
I guess the only way to say it is she said K-nets don't know what they want half the time. Right, but it's different people having contradicting opinions. You know, like
Mm,
a group of people think that way. Like it's too sexy, and not like opposing group thinks, oh, it's not sexy enough. So they criticize. It's not the same people that. So it's just there's always camps and opinions. So it's
yeah.
like so let them have the opinion. I don't really have. We live in a free world. They're entitled to it. Doesn't make it right, but that's what comes with living in a free world, you know. But I think let's skip this one because we haven't seen it. So
Okay, guys, of course, let us know your thoughts because you guys are free to leave your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and as always, share as much kindness as possible.